Yes, Mr. Mzulu.
Court, please, my lord. Mr. Buthelezi, on the 1st of June 2020, have you rendered any assistance for the transportation of accused number 1? 1st June.
1st June 2020. Nasiza yini ekuphelezeleni umsolo wokuqala?
Ngicela inkantolo inkhumbuzo ukuthi sasimphelekezela kusukela kuphukela.
I'd like to ask the court to remind me where we were escorting him from to where.
All right, from Valeria to Tembisa Court.
Ukusuka eValeria uya eTembisa Court.
Tembisa Court.
Tembisa Court, my lord.
I see.
It was the first appearance of accused number 1, appearing on the warrant.
Angisakhumbula.
No, I'm unable to recall.
All right. Then there was on the 5th of June,
Ngomhla 5 June,
he was transported from Valeria, I would say when he was at Albertine police station.
why so I say Valeria, why say Alberton police station?
Hayi, ngangikho eValeria.
Wow.
Angekho kulo convoy.
No, I was not in that convoy.
But there's an evidence that you led to the effect that in Albertine renovation was underway.
Khona nje ufazi ukuthi Alberton kwakhiwa.
Yes, ngangasuka eValeria.
No, but I was not coming from Valeria.
Where were you coming from?
Nansuka,
Sase patrol around the area.
we were patrolling around the area.
Oh, but you were present on the 5th of June at Albertine.
Kodwa ukhona ngomhla 5 June Alberton.
Ngaphandle kwe police station yabo.
Yes, outside the police station, yes.
You have never been inside the police station.
Anzange ningene ngaphakathi kwe police station.
Cha, mina ngizange ngize ngena
No,
phakathi.
I did not go into the police station.
Were there any members, according to your observation or your knowledge, that were inside the CSC?
Khona amanye ama-members ulwazi lwakho ayengaphakathi kwe-CSC.
Anginalo ulwazi lalokho.
No, I do not have any knowledge about that.
Okay. The evidence of Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe was to the effect that upon his arrival, there were Metro Police officers inside the CSC, which was next to the cells where accused number 1 was kept.
Umfazi buka Lieutenant Colonel Khadebe uthi wathi mafika lapha uthola ukuthi khona ama-Metro Police ayekhona lapha e-CSC eduze kwamasela la umsolo uqala ekhona.
They then moved out of the CSC office.
Baphuma-ke kulawo ma-CSC office.
Angeke ngophikise lokho.
I'm not able to dispute that.
All right. So were you part of the convoy that was escorting Colonel Khadebe and the suspect?
Omunye yini abaphelezela uColonel Khadebe noMsolo?
Cha,
No.
So your role ended at Albertine police station outside the
Shuthi
police-
umsebenzi wakho waphela eAlberton police station ngaphandle?
cha.
No.
Elaborate more.
Chaza kabanzana.
Umsebenzi wami njoba ngangishilo kwakusebenza around the area. Kodwa makuphunywa leyo convoy lekhulunywa ngayo bengasiphathiyayo but benga kulezo indawo lezo abangakuzo.
Like I said, I was working that area on that day, but when the convoy left, I was not part of that convoy. I was just within the same area.
All right. It's fine. On the 6th of June 2020, have you rendered any escort services
Mhla 6 June 2020 wa nomsebenzi wokuphelezela.
Cela ukukhumbuza ukuthi kusuka lapho kephi.
when accused number 1 was taken to his original home, his parental home at Mahlabatini?
Umsola umethathwa iswa kube ekhaya la kuhlala khona abazali bakhe eMahlabathini.
Cha, angekho.
No, I was not there.
All right. Were you part of the escort service of the 8th of June 2020 when accused number 1 appeared for the second time in Tembisa Court?
Uma umsola oqala eyovela kwesibili eThembisa Court umhla 8 kuJune 2020 wawukhona yini?
Ngicela ukuchazela inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi isikhathi seside kakhulu angisakhumbuli kahle.
I'd like to say to the court, it is the time is too long and I'm unable to recall.
All right. Lastly, on the bookings relates to the booking of the 19th of June 2020, which was done by Sergeant Mkhola when accused number 1 was booked out for investigations on the 19th of June. Were you also involved in that?
Manje ke wayingxenye yini yangalelo langa mhlazane ngomhla ka-19 kuJune 2020 uSergeant Mkhulu mezokhipha umsola eyokwenza uphenyo wawukhona yini?
Njoba ngisho angisakhumbuli.
Like I said, I'm unable to recall.
Thank you, my lord. No further questions.
Thank you.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon, my lord. I forgot that there's accused number 2 also on the evidence, and to put the version of
Yeah, fine.
accused number 1. I'm so sorry. All right. Accused number 1. His version is that on the 30th of May, 2020, approximately 1 during the day, he was in company of 2 gentlemen whom they were standing inside a particular yard.
Umsola uqala uthi yena ke umhla ka-30 kuMay 2020 wayenezinye insizwa ezimbili and bameme kwelinye igceke.
When they saw this Golf 7
Mabezobona le Golf 7
on the opposite street,
ime kulomgwaqo ngalena kumgwaqo.
and somebody alighted from that motor vehicle
Bathi khona ke umuntu waphuma kule moto
as they were attracted to the car that they saw. That person came out of that motor vehicle and proceeded to a spicer shop.
Bathi lo muntu masabhekile leyo moto waphuma umuntu wayehamba eSpaza.
Yes, he bought bananas. He brought back bananas and water. Can you comment on that? Sorry. Okay, sure. Can you comment on that?
Ufuna ukuphala ula ngalokho?
Cha, angeke ngikwazi ukuphawula.
No, I'm unable to comment.
So soon thereafter, I noticed motor vehicles who were more or less 7 in number,
Uthe emva kwalokho wabona iy'moto ezingaba yisikhombisa.
5 of the. May I approach accused number 1? Thank you, Minister, for the indulgence. All right. Mr. Buthelezi, accused number 1 instructed me to put this version that when he was approached by the police officers, the Metro police officers, he was taken to his place after he was asked as to who does he reside with. And he said his uncle.
So lokuqala ukuthi wathathwa ngophoyisamisa la ehlala khona emva kokuthi ambuze ukuthi uhlala nobani wayesethi yena uhlala nomalume wakhe.
Akunjalo.
That is not true.
All right. Police proceeded. His uncle was not found in the house.
Bathi ke azange bamthola umalume wakhe endlini.
He was then taken to the Tabong municipality area,
Wayesethathwa ke wayesa eLithabong.
where he was beaten until he messed up himself.
Lapho afika washaya khona waze wazingcolisa.
Ngicela ukuchazela inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi okokuqala ukhuluma ma.
I'd like to explain that for starters, he is not speaking the truth.
Okwesibili ngiyacabanga ukuthi umuntu mangamshaya ufike kuleso sizathu leso kuyodingeka ukuthi ahlolwe athole udokotela.
I think that if a person is assaulted to that extent, they would require the assistance of doctors.
Let's just follow the version. I appreciate your submissions.
Ngiyakuzwa lokho kusho kodwa akasilalele lokho kubekwa umsolo.
And you have a right to comment.
The witness is responding to your session.
That's
He's
correct.
got the right to do that.
That's why I'm saying you
Because
have a right to
you
comment.
elicited. You're putting a version to him, he's responding to that version. Please.
You have a right to comment as I've indicated.
Unemvume ke ukuthi uphawule njengoba bese ngishilo.
Yeah.
He further informed me that that was the reason for him to go and change the clothing.
Eqhubeka ke ethi ke isona isizathu sokuthi afune ke ukuyokhumula impahla agqoke ezinye.
Akulona iqiniso la.
That is not true.
The door was kicked open.
Nyongo wakhe ahlela ukuze uvuleke.
His check was searched.
Umkhukhu wakhe ke waseshwa.
And he was taken further to, he was transported to Phosphorus,
Asethathwa ke iswe eFosloran.
where he was further assaulted
La qhubeka khona ke ukuthi ashaya.
and demanded to tell the truth
Futhi ke bebethi akakhuluma iqiniso
about the death of Senzo Meyo.
mayelana nokushona kukaSenzo Meyiwe.
Engithanda ukuchazela inkantolo ukuthi ngalesikhathi nangalomzuzu ebenginomangalelo asikho isikhathi ephambi kwesolami la akayashaywa khona.
I want to explain to the court that at the time and in that minute when I was in the presence of the accused, there was no time when he was assaulted.
So he was further assaulted at Diepkloof police station.
Kwaqhubeka kwashaya eDiepkloof police station.
Ngizophinda ngichaze futhi ngendlela umangalelwa asho ngayo ashaywe ngayo. Angicabanga ukuthi bezokhona kuyohlala emaseyili bekumela esibhedlela.
Well, I also want to continue to say that in the manner which the accused says, alleges he was assaulted, he wasn't going to be accepted and to stay in the cells, and he would have been taken for medical help.
Yes. The nature of the assault or the nature of the torture concerns the chopping of the accused.
Kuthiwa ke hayi indlela ke ayehlukunyezwa ngayo ukuthi kumfaka ishubhu la ebusweni.
Hey, angikwazi ngokukwenza lokho, angazi nje ukukhuluma.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do not know how to do that.
He was forcefully made to sign a confession.
Twake waphoqwa ukuthi akasayende ukuvuma isono.
Amanga futhi nalawo.
That is also not true.
So after that, he was taken to Villere.
Emva kwalokho wasethathwa ke useyiswa eVillere.
Ngisacacisa. Umangalelwa azange abekwe isandla.
I'd like to clarify again that the accused was not assaulted.
Umangalelwa ubexoxa nami.
The accused was discussing with me.
Anginomsebenzi ukuthi ngomnakekele umangalelwa.
I had a duty to look after the accused.
Because kuko konke bekuzokwenzakala kumangalelwa bekuzobekwa phezulu kwamahlombe ami.
Because anything that was to happen to the accused was going to be placed on my shoulders.
To also deny that he was at some stage at Deep Kloof police station.
Yaphika nokuthi khona isikhathi laba abakhona eDeep Kloof esiphoyiseni.
Cha angiyazi indaba seDeep Kloof.
I know nothing about the issue of Deep Kloof.
On the 5th, you said you can't remember anything of the 5th.
Thiya ukhumbula lutho ngomhla ka5.
Saside lesikhathi.
It's a long time ago.
At the moment, that will be the version of accused number 1.
Yiko ke lokho kubekwa umsolo wokuqala phambi kwenkantolo.
Can we start with the evidence relating to accused number 2?
Asikhulume ngofakazi okuhambelana nomsolo wesibili.
Have you seen it before?
Wakwambona?
Ngiyacabanga kanye okabili.
I think once or twice.
Can you recall the first day you saw him, or the first day? Yeah.
Ungakwazi ukukhumbula ukuthi wambona nini okokuqala?
Ngicabanga ngathi kuse Boksburg court.
I think it was at the Boksburg court.
Can you remember the day of the Boksburg court?
Salikhumbula usuku le court yase Boksburg?
Cha ngisalikhumbula.
No, I'm unable to recall that.
What do you remember about accused number 2 in Boksburg court?
Yini ukukhumbula umsolo wesibili eBoksburg court?
Ngalesikhathi lesana besibavulela indlela. Babebalethe.
At that time we were clearing the way when they were brought there.
Accused number 2, when he was brought to Boksburg court, where was he coming from?
Wesuka iphike umezolo ethiwa eBoksburg court.
Cha angazi.
I have no knowledge.
So, at what stage did you start escorting or opening the traffic?
Manje naqala nini ukubavulela indlela?
Masiceliwe.
When we were requested.
On the 24th of June.
Beg your pardon?
On the 24th of June.
Kwakumhla ka24 uJune.
Angisazi
Was it in Pretoria, in Boksburg?
Kwakuyilapho esePitori noma eseBoksburg?
angikhumbulisa kahle bese Boksburg.
If I remember correctly, we were in Boksburg.
Okay. Upon your arrival in Boksburg court, you said you parked at the back of the entrance of the court.
Manje kufikeni kweni ke Boksburg court napaka ngemumva la kungenwa khona ngemumva.
Akusi kungemuva ipassage elikuvumela ukuthi ungene ngaphakathi bese sisana ngeparking.
No, it is not behind. There is a passage that allows you to go into the place.
Okay, let me just describe what I know about Boksburg court. It's a court and there's a parking in front of the entrance, the big parking. Are you referring to that entrance?
Manje ke angizama ukukhumbula ukuthi kunjani lapha ecourt yaseBucks Bay. Ngathi une parking lapha enkulu ngaphambi kwecourt.
Kunesango ke ekungena kulo amabanjwa okanye amaphoyisa.
There is a gate through which the suspects or the police are allowed to go in.
Do you remember how many of you who were escorting on the day?
So khumbula nani bangani ke nani phelezela ngalelo la.
Cha,
I'm unable to recall.
You can't even estimate.
Awukwazi nokuqagela.
angisaba uqamba mama.
Do not want to lie.
All right. There's something that you said when Mrs. Cronje saw you.
Khona kwakusho uma ubona Mrs. Cronje.
Hayi, angimazi la mama ukuthi uMrs Bani.
I do not know the surname of that lady.
All right, let's just put it straight and say the white lady that you saw.
Asibekise ukuthi umuntu wesifazana umlungu lo owambona.
Yebo,
You remember that?
Yakhumbula lokho?
ngiyakhumbula.
Yes, I do remember.
There's something she said when she saw you.
Khona akakusho umenibona.
Yebo,
Yes.
What was it?
Wathi nika?
nagcwala kangaka yasethusa yini.
Why are there so many of you? Are you trying to intimidate us?
All right. You cannot speak from what she thought. This is what she said.
Angeke ukukhulume ayecabanga yiloko ayekusho ngithi.
Yiko lokho engakuzwa.
That is what I heard.
Were you armed? Heavily armed?
Nanihlomile yini nihlome kakhulu?
La kule team engisebenza kuyo kuyinjwayelo ukuthi sehlome.
It was the normal way that we functioned within the group with which I work, that we're always armed.
As per the evidence of Constable Jonathan, he had a rifle and a 9mm.
Umfazi kabaConstable Jonathan uthi wayene isikhulu ne-9mm.
Were you also in possession of the same armament?
Nani nawe ke wagqoka kanjalo uphethe lezo ikhali?
I-rifle ibisebova ngihlele emotweni pistol belikumina.
The rifle was at the back, sitting in the car, but the pistol was with me.
Can you recall or have you heard that white lady asking for your appointment certificate?
Wamuzwa yini lo muntu wesifazane mezongicela ama-appointment certificate enu?
Ake ngicacisele inkosi yenkantolo la ukuthi umama lo omhlophe engikhuluma ngaye. Ngiyacabanga nje ukuthi umama bekuwumuntu ube lapha ecourt ubeyikhulumela nje.
I think the lady that was speaking to us, I think it was just a lady who was just talking.
It never came to pass to know that she was the magistrate.
Wagcina ungazange ukuthi kwakuyena manje.
Kimina bengeke ngize ngicabange kanjalo futhi kimina ubengabukeki kanjalo.
No, I wasn't going to think like that because to me she didn't appear like that.
All right. So there's nothing much you can say about what actually transpired on the 24th.
Ukuthi akukho okuningi ongakusho ngokuthi kwenzekani ngomhla 24.
Yebo.
That's correct.
On the 19th of June 2020, did you see accused number 2 on that?
Ngomhla 19 June 2020 wambona yini umsolwa wesibili?
Konje bekwenzakalani?
What was happening on that day?
So you never reported on duty?
Ukuthi awuzange uze emsebenzini.
Sengicela ukubuza inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi nge-19 zaka June 2020 kwakwenzakalani?
Now what I want to know is from the court is what was happening on the 19th of June 2020.
I'll get into that soon.
Ngizoza kuloko.
All right. When you were reporting on duty, were you in possession of your pocketbooks?
Uma nike nizongena emsebenzini nani waphethe yini ama-pocketbook eni?
Where do you record all the events that occurred on that particular day?
Manje ubhala phi ukuthi kwenzekani ngalelo langa mhla 19?
Chasisele inkosi yenkantolo ukuthi yebo ama-pocketbook siyawaphatha kodwa kuba nesikhathi la umqashi aphelelwe imali singakhona ukwathola ama-pocketbook.
Well, do carry pocketbooks, but there are times when the employer fails to buy the pocketbooks for us.
But to render services to the public.
Kodwa ke ngiyaqhubeka ngokwenza umsebenzi emphakathini.
kunjalo.
That is correct.
As an officer, you are expected to record every incident which occurred during the scope and course of your employment.
Manje ke njenge-officer kufanele ubhale konke phansi ukuthi kwenzekeni ngesikhathi usemsebenzini.
Kufanele kube njalo.
It is supposed to be that, like
So
that.
in your case, something has been omitted.
Kusho ukuthi ke ohlangothini lakho khona okungenziwanga.
Hayi ngokwenhloso.
It was not purposeful.
Yeah, we can't. I'm sorry to entertain something that is not relevant to your evidence. On the 19th of June, you can't tell the court whether you reported on duty or not.
Kusho ukuthi ngomhla 19 sho awukwazi ukutshela inkantolo ukuthi weza noma uzange uyini emsebenzini.
Inkinga la ukuthi angikhumbuli ukuthi kwakwenzakalani.
My problem is that I do not remember what was happening.
Ingakho ngihlule ukuchasela lenkantolo ukuthi ngangikhona emsebenzini okanye ngangingekho.
That's why I'm failing to explain to the court whether or not I was at work.
May I refer to the evidence of Mr. Jonathan?
Ngicela ucaphuna lapha kumfakazi bukaba Jonathan.
Maybe it will share some light.
Mhlambe kungakusiza ukuthi ukhumbule.
His evidence was that he was at Moroka police station
Ufakazi bakhe ukuthi babese Moroka police station.
around 6 in the morning
Kwabo 6 ekseni.
on the 19th. Yeah. At 6:30 on the 19th of June 2020.
Wafa 6 ngomhla 19 uJune 2020.
Cha ngangisemsebenzini phela.
Yes, I was indeed on duty.
So you were also present at Moroka police
So
station.
kusho ukuthi ukhona ke nawe eMoroka police station.
Cha
No, I was not.
Where were you exactly on the 19th? If maybe that can shed some light.
Wawulaphi ke ngomhla 19 mhlambe lokungasiza ukuthi kubonakala ukuthi kwenzekani.
sasenza i-crime prevention and freeway patrols, freeway or highway patrols.
We're doing crime prevention and highway patrols.
Where?
La
Along N12.
kumgwaqo u-N12.
Okay. From what time until what time?
So ngasiphi isikhathi uyasiphi isikhathi?
Mqondweni wami nje mangicabanga kwakusekuseni khona.
I think it was in the morning.
In the morning until what time?
Kuyofika ngasikhatsini?
Bakube sinikwe umsebenzi wokusebenza lo msebenzi lo fanele kulaste amahora ayisishiyagalombili.
Well, if we're given that, we're tasked to do that, it must have been for 8 hours.
More or less you reported from what time? 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock?
Nangena
10
nini
o'clock.
emsebenzini ngalelo langa?
Ngo-6.
We started at 6.
That would be your knock-off time would be 2 o'clock.
Futhi ukushayisa kwenu kwakuyoba kungu-2 o'clock.
Kunjalo.
That is correct.
So at no given stage, as you have indicated, you saw yourself in Moroka police station.
Kusho ukuthi awuzange uzithole nje ngalelo langa useMoroka police station.
Hayi cha. Ngacelwa ukuthi futhi again ngivulele ithimba elalisuke ePitori liyakhona indlela.
Well, I was also asked to clear the way for a team that was coming from Pretoria.
Can you recall an incident or any movement or transportation of accused number 2 from Moroka police station if you were to open the traffic to Foslorus court?
Uyakhumbula yini ukuthi mhlambe nacela ukuthi nizame ukusiza umsolo usibili ukuthi asuke eMoroka station aye eFoslorus court?
Ukuthi kwakuwubani wayehanjiswa ngalelo langa? ngangazi ukuthi umsola oqala okanye wesibili ngangazi.
I won't be able to say who it was transported on that day, whether it was the first accused or second accused. I won't
Kodwa
know.
sasikhona isicelo sokuba susa leyo nqola eMoroka soyichithela
But
simixe Vosloorus.
there was a request for us to escort that car from Morocco State Police Station up
Right.
to Vosloorus.
But you never participated or you never part of that convoy.
Kodwa ke uzange ke uhambe nalezo zimoto lezi
Cha,
sesilandelana.
okwethu nje ukuvula indlela bafike la bafika khona sihlukana nabo.
No, ours is just to clear the way for them to arrive where they are going, and then we depart from there.
All right, now at least there's something that you can recall about the 19th of June. When did you see accused number 2 on the 19th of June?
Mhla 19 uJune wambona phi umsolo speed?
Asanga sike sidibane nokudibana.
No, we never met.
What car were you driving?
Ohamba ngayiphi imoto?
Yo, hayi.
Sorry?
Angisakhumbuli kahle.
I'm unable to recall.
So you can't dispute if somebody say you were driving a white Nissan, what do you call it, a hard body.
Awukwazi ke ukuphikisa uma kuthiwa uhamba nge-Nissan white body emhlophe.
Ngingakuphikisa lokho ngoba ngizange ngayidrive lo moto 30 minutes.
I would dispute that because I've never drove that car when I was in our team.
Can you recall the car that you were driving then
Ukwazi ukukhumbula ukuthi ushayela yiphi imoto
on the 19th of June?
ngomhla 19 kuJune.
Ngicela ukuchazela enkantolo ukuthi ziningani imoto esengiyishayelile kodwa ngalelo suku lo angisazi ukuthi ngangishayela yiphi imoto.
Well, I want to explain to the court that there are quite a number of cars that I have driven, but I wouldn't be able then to say which specific car it was that I was driving.
So who was with you on the 19th of June when you were
Ubani kwaye nawe ngalelo langa likamhla 19 of June.
Mangikhumbulisa kahle ngathi uMaphumulo.
If I remember correctly, I think it was Mapumo.
Was it him alone?
Why?
Yebo.
That's correct.
Okay. Let me just put the version of accused number 2 because your testimony relating to the incident occurred on the 19th is that much limited in terms of the evidence given by previous witnesses.
Ubufakazi obulethiwe mayelana nalolu langa buncane kakhulu lobo lethiwe abanye ubufakazi.
Accused number 2 was arrested on the 16th of June 2020. It was a holiday.
Umsolo wesibili waboshwa mhla 16 kuJune 2020 kwakuyiholiday.
I'll just concentrate on the evasion where you were involved, according to him.
Ngizogqila kakhulu ke la wena owawubandakanyeka khona ngokusho kwakhe.
Accused number 2 was in company of Sergeant Mkhale and Mohane and Sergeant Mabena.
Umsolo wesibili wayehamba Sergeant Mkhale noMahane noMabena.
They were traveling with a white Toyota Fortuner.
Babehamba ngeFortuner emhlophe.
Can you remember?
Ukukhumbula lokho?
iFortuna ngiyayazi ukuthi phakathi bekhona abanangazi.
I know the Fortuner, but who was inside the Fortuner I do not know.
Did you see the Fortuner on that day?
Wayibona yini iFortuner lelo langa?
Ngangivulele indlela yebo.
Yes, I was clearing the way for it.
From where to where?
Sukaphi uyaphi?
Ukusuka kwe-N12 ukufika eMoroka kusuka eMoroka uke Vosloorus.
From the N12 to Morocco, from Morocco to Vosloorus.
N12, does it passes through Albertine, or is it the freeway alongside of Albertine?
I-N12 iyangena eAlbertine noma idlula eceleni kwase-Albertine.
Iseceleni.
It's outside Alberton.
So, accused number 2 was traveling with Sergeant Mkhano and Sergeant Mabena when they stopped next to a garage, a filling station.
Umsolo sibili Sergeant Mkhane noma Bhena uma bezoma ngase garage ethize.
Hayi bengekho lapho.
I wasn't there.
That's where he alleges that he was, sorry, that's where a call was made, sorry, let me put it this way. After a telephonic conversation with somebody who didn't know who he was, suddenly you and Mapumulo appeared.
Njengoba ukuthi ke kube nocingo lwashwa bekhuluma nabantu angabazi wena noMaphumule nabe seniyaqhamuka.
Kusenkantolo ngicela ukwazi ukuthi okokuqala ko-N12 akho garage.
Well, for starters, there's no garage on the N12.
I'll give the description of the place where the garage was, or the way the garage is. If you are driving from N3, from Vosloorus towards Johannesburg,
Muhamba ngo-N3 usuke eVosloorus uya eJohannesburg.
the first off-ramp is Spruitview.
La uphuma khona kulo mgaqo oqala usuke ungena eSpruitview.
The second off-ramp is Alberton.
And then musungena ke kwesibili of ramp ingene eAlberton.
There's a bridge, railway bridge. After that railway bridge, there's an engine garage on the left-hand side.
Khona ibhlorho ke likaJantshi Stimela emva kwalokho ke kune garage lapho.
According to the description of accused number 2, in terms of the place, is the area around that garage.
Ngokuchazayo kamhla umsolo wesibili ngaleyo ndawo kuseduze kwaleyo ndawo.
Can you say something about that?
Khona ufisa ukuphawula ngalo?
Akukho engakuphawula because angazi ukukhuluma.
No, I wouldn't be able to comment because I don't know what you're talking about.
On that particular route, there is a board indicating Alberton, a direction towards Alberton.
Khona kuleyo ndlela khona ibhodi elikhombisayo ukuthi kuye eAlberton.
The garage that I'm referring to is along that road. It's on
Garage
the side.
engikhuluma ngalo likuwona lo mgwaqo.
That's where you arrived with Constable Mapumulo.
So ila ena fikela khona ke no Constable Mapumulo.
You were traveling with a white hard body.
So ke nahamba nge hardbody emhlophe.
Usizo salinika belukuthela wayeka uN12 sibavulela indlela singazi nokuthi phakathi kwaleyo ngqola bekukhona abani bekhuluma noMabhena.
On our way, we were traveling very fast on the N12 and we didn't even know who was inside that the vehicle, me and
Before you
Okay.
arrived, oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, Mr. I'm done. Before you arrived, the first members that arrived was Jonathan and another colored male person.
Kuthiwa ke ningakafiki ke nina kwaqala kwafika uJonathan ehamba nenye insizwa ekhalayo.
Ngeke ngophikise lokho.
I won't dispute that.
Why you are not disputing it? Are
Yini
you,
ungaphikise ke lo?
Angibabonanga bengingekho lapho.
I did not see them, I wasn't there.
all right. There was accused number 2 was taken out of the Toyota Fortuner and put into the motor vehicle driven by Jonathan.
Kuthiwa ke umsolo sibili wakhishwa ke kuleyo Fortuner afaka kuleyo moto ehamba uConstable Jonathan.
Angikwazi ukuphawula kulokho because angikwazi.
I'm unable to comment on that because I have no knowledge of it.
Mr. Mabena sat inside that motor vehicle where accused was put at the back of the motor vehicle on the left hand side.
Mabhena wahlala kuleyo moto ngemumva la umsola efake khona ngemumva ehleli ngakwesokunxele.
You were standing outside the door, the right rear door was open, and you were standing next to accused number 2 when he was seated at the rear of that motor vehicle.
So umnyango wangemumva kuleyo moto ngakwesokudla ovulekile na umile lapha eduze kamsola wesibili ngesikhathi ehleli ngemumva kuleyo moto ngakwesokunxele.
Ngiyashwama lokho angikwazi.
This is the first time that I hear of that. I have no knowledge of that.
Sergeant Mabhena was in possession of a plastic which was written Truworths, which was silver, that was used to cover the face of accused number 2.
Can I just get the name of who was having the plastic?
Sergeant Mabhena.
Sergeant Mabhena kuthiwa uphethe uplastic oyisilver obhala ukuthi Truworths ayosebenzisa-ke khona lapha.
Hayi ngicela ukutshela inkosi enkantolo angikwazi lokho.
I'd like to inform the court that I have no knowledge of that.
Constable Jonathan was seated on a front driver's seat
Constable Jonathan wayehleli esihlalweni somshayeli sangaphambili
facing towards the direction of the accused.
ebhekeke la ekuhleli khona umsola.
He then released the front seat of the driver towards the knees of accused number 2.
Manje kuthiwa wayesesunduza-ke isihlalo sikamshayeli esisunduzela ukuthi secindezela amadolo kamsola.
Angeke ngikwazi ukuphawula ngalokho because kusengoyimithiyo angikwazi konke lokho.
I'm unable to comment on that because I have no knowledge of that.
And your role was to block the accused person from getting out of the motor.
Jwaye umsebenzi wakho kwakuvalela umsola ukuthi angakwazi ukuphumela ngaphandle.
Ngisachaza namanje angazi lento ekhulunywa ngayo futhi kumina kuzwakala njengamanga.
Still want to insist that I have no knowledge of what is being said, and to me it sounds just like a lie.
Kuzwakala njengephutha ngiqolisa ngoqisa kuzwakala njengephutha.
I'd like to correct that. It sounds like it's a mistake.
Okay. Accused number 2, after he was beaten, tortured, and chopped with the plastic, you then had a meeting, informal meeting after he did not actually confess that he had a knowledge on the death of Senzomeni.
Manje umsola wayesehlukunyezwa ngalo plastic emva kwaloko nanomhlangano manibona ukuthi akavumi lokho nemthoso wako.
Amanga lawo.
That is not true.
Iphutha lelo.
That is not true.
Azange be nomhlangano.
There was no meeting.
Azange sihlanganyele nabanye abantu kwaye noMabhena azange sihlangane ngalelo suku
We
lelo.
did not speak. We have a meeting with anybody. We didn't gather with anybody. And that includes Mabhena. We did not see each other on that day.
uMabhena ugcine ukukhuluma nami ngoncingo angicela ukuthi ngumenzele indlela ngumvulele indlela.
Mabhena last spoke to me on the phone when he was requesting me to clear the way for him.
You're referring on the day of the 19th.
Khuluma ngosuku lukamhla 19.
Ngicabanga ukuthi sikulelo suku lelo.
I think that is the day that we're discussing.
Let's proceed. You then proceeded, all of you, with all these 3 cars. You proceeded to another place next to a dumping area towards Albertine.
So nasensuka ke niya endaweni la kwaku indawo yokulahla izinto ekuthiwa ngesingisi dumping place yase-Alberton.
angikwazi lokho.
I have no knowledge of that.
There are still tanks, 2 steel tanks,
So
and
kunamatanki ayenziwe ngensimbi lapho.
there are stairs, sort of stairs, iron stairs or steel.
Kuthiwa kunala kukhona kunama-steps elona enziwe ngensimbi.
Consisted of poles, steel poles.
Kuthiwa-ke futhi-ke lezi tebhisi lezi sezenziwa ngamaphayiphi ensimbi.
Can you say something?
Khona ngakusho ngalawo.
Akukho engakuphawula.
There's nothing I can comment about that.
Upon your arrival at that time, at that place, accused number 2 was handcuffed from behind.
Athi uma senifikile kuleyo ndawo umsolo sibili wayefake uzankosi izandla zingemuva.
He was wearing a yellow t-shirt and a jacket.
Wayegqoke i-t-shirt eyellow nebhanji
with the writings Impala Platinum.
wakubhalwe lo Impala Platinum.
Can you recall that?
Yakhumbula lokho?
Angizange ngihlane nomangalelo wesibili ngalelo langa.
I did not meet with the second accused on that day.
So beke ngize ngazi ukuthi ubegqokeni kuphi enobani.
So I won't be able to say what was he wearing and where would he be and then with whom.
So you all alighted from the vehicles. Then some Constable Mabena removed the handcuffs from behind or from
No,
the
so
back.
phuma-ke emotweni uConstable Mabena wayesekhipha uzankosi abasosala ngemuva.
Then the jacket that accused number 2 was wearing was ordered to take it out, to take it off.
Kuthiwa-ke umsolo sibili watshela ukuthi akhumule leli bhantshi aligqokile.
Ngiyaxolisa ngeze ngaphawula angikwazi konke lokho.
I'm unable to make a comment because I have no knowledge of that.
So
And I
this,
apologize for that.
okay, thanks. The assault further continues there. And the
Nokwaqhubeka
trooping,
ukuthi ashaywe nokuthi afakwe neshopu.
Ake ngicacise kwinkosi yankantolo ukukhulu kuyithoba. Angikhumbuli ngalolo suku lolo kube khona umuntu phambi kwami obeshaywa okanye ehlukumezwa ngaluphi uhlobo.
I do not remember an incident where someone was assaulted on that day or when someone was being harassed in any other way.
so one of the members was in possession of a container which contained water.
Kuthiwa ngalelo langa-ke omunye wayephethe isitsha esasinamanzi.
Which was poured, this water was poured in the front body of accused number 2.
Kuthiwa-ke lamanzi-ke umsolo sibili wathelwa ngawo la emzimbeni ngaphambili.
Angikwazi ukuphawula ngalokho angikwazi.
I'm unable to comment about that because I have no knowledge of that.
And there was a small device that was used to electrocute accused number 2.
Khona into esetshenziswa-ke ukuthi umsolo sibili-ke abanjiswe ngogesi.
Angikwazi lokho.
I have no knowledge of that.
The participant using that device was yourself, Constable Jonathan, and Constable Mabena.
Kuthiwa wayesenzisa lo mshini kwakuwena noConstable Jonathan noConstable Mabena.
Amanga lawo.
That is not true.
Yakulona iqiniso.
It is not the truth.
During the course of that tubing, Mr. Mohan, Sergeant Mohan or Constable Mohan did not participate.
Kuthiwa ke uSergeant Mokhane wayengena ingxenye yaloku kushawa kukaMsola ngaleso sikhathi.
angikwazi konke lokho okhuluma
I have no knowledge of all of what you're saying.
Then Brigadier Gininda and another gentleman who was wearing the cross belts or crease belts arrived together with Sergeant Mohola, the
So
female.
kwafika enye indoda eyayigqoke ama-Chris Band no General Gininda no Sergeant Mokholo.
laba babizwa phambi kwenkantolo ngalolo suku angizange ngidibane nabo
Though all those that are mentioned today before the court, I've never met them on that day.
Then you had a discussion with Brigadier Gininda.
So I was Brigadir Gininda.
There's something that before I put it as a version, during the course of chopping and assaulting, accused number 2 was bleeding from his nose.
Kuthiwa ke ngalesi sikhathi ke ezovaka ishophu umsola wesibili wayopha emakhaleni.
And Sergeant Mokhane said, yekelani demand.
Kuthiwa ke uSergeant Mokhane wathi yekelani le ndoda.
hayi cha mina angikwazi lokho
No, I have no knowledge of that.
On the arrival of Brigadier Gininda, there was an instruction. He came out with the documents.
Kufikeni ke kuka Brigadier Gininda wafika namaphepha athize.
azange ngidibane nobrigadier okanye uSergeant Mokhona okanye nendoda leyo sigaqa amabhande ekhulunywa ngalo lo suku
I did not meet the Brigadier and Mohola and that other man that is mentioned on that particular day.
Wearing braces. Wearing braces.
Why go my crossband?
Yeah, because as I can see, it escapes you that weight. Brace band, what were braces?
Braces. Thank you, my lord, for the. My lord, it's 1:05.
Mr. Mnisi laughs. I know brims and I know braces. Mr. They say it's 1 o'clock. Mr.
My lord, it's 1:05.
They say it's 1:05.
That's correct, man. Can't we add it? Take the long adjournment.
Okay, 2 o'clock. Thank you.